Jai Shivai. Raising your Kundalini is a little bit difficult thing to do by yourself, by watching lots of YouTube videos here and there. Doing it with the Guru makes a lot of difference. The Guru will make sure that your energy, the Shakti in you is flowing properly, is not going here and there. Okay, and if there are doubts, or if energy is way too much for you, then Guru can subside that energy, can lower that energy on the required basis for each participant. It's a beautiful thing to do it with the Guru. So if you are interested, you can join our Kundalini intensive program. It also cleanses all your chakras. So it's like balancing all your chakras powerfully. And if they are out of balance, then Kundalini is not going to awaken. So what is the first thing that comes out is that each and every chakra, there are 7 main chakras, and they are awakened. The lower 4 chakras, 5 chakras, then 6 chakras, all of them are balanced and awakened. And after each and every chakra awakens, then the Kundalini rises in you. And doing it with the Guru is very important thing. Do not practice Kundalini Yoga just by yourself. The issues that will come out from each and every chakra, you need Guru's guidance to handle them. Handling them alone is really, going on a roller coaster ride without any belt. So do not practice it by yourself. Join our Kundalini Yoga program, Kundalini Intensive program. And we are doing it every month. Just the date and times are different to accommodate the people from different countries. And if you can do it at any time and you have the time, then it does not matter, you can join it. But if you would like to like it to be offered at certain time periods, and you are from a country that we have not looked into, then you can definitely write to us at beingshivafoundation@yahoo.com. You can write to us and we can accommodate your country and your timings as well. And at times we do specialized programs. So those who are not able to join the whole mass classes, we do provide them special classes. So if you are interested, you can write to us and ask us. Okay. Namaste. Namaste. Jai Shivai. All the time we talk about removing all the psychological patterns, and if we want to permanently remove all the patterns means vrittis or vasanas, if we want to permanently remove them, then the only way is to tackle or remove the avidya, ignorance that is behind, and which created all those patterns in the first place, because of which all those patterns were created, right? So many times we talk about this avidya, and ignorance. But what exactly that ignorance is, and in how many ways we can understand that ignorance. So let's talk about that. First, very important thing to know about ignorance and avidya is that ignorance is again a partial translation of the word avidya. Okay, so avidya does not mean actually lack of wisdom. Avidya actually means opposite kind of wisdom. That which is true, exactly that which is false, having that kind of a wisdom. Okay, so lack of wisdom is never considered as ignorance. While if you take the definition, if you look into the definition of the word ignorance, then English word ignorance, then you will see that it says not knowing something. While avidya does not mean that. Avidya, which is responsible for creating all kinds of mental, emotional, psychological, behavioral patterns, or it's not called as not knowing. It means knowing, but knowing it wrong knowing, or opposite kind of a knowing. That is what is called as avidya. Now, what kind of opposite kind of wisdom we have? So we classify this opposite kind of wisdom into 4 major categories. And the first category is that mistaking impermanence, that which is not permanent, that which is not going to, anything that is perishable over the period of time, mistaking that with eternal. Now, anything that is eternal, that means it stays forever. And that forever actually does not mean that it stays only till this creation. So this is the 14th creation according to the Shastras, right? That this is the 14th creation of this whole time. So there will be another one. So this will come to an end. So something that is beyond all creation, that is called as something that is eternal. That is beyond all creations and dissolutions. That is called as eternal. But at times, in to refer a little bit shorter time period, we consider even that as eternal, which stays during the entire creation, one creation. So anything that stays over this whole creation, one creation, is called as eternal. For example, Akasha, the element Akash, okay? And it's called as ether, or some people call it space, and some people call it emptiness, or the Akasha, the element which binds your entire existence of every plant, every animal, anything in this universe, and actually it binds the universe. It keeps the manifest universe in its place. So that is what the element Akasha is. But Akasha is eternal from the point of view that it's going to stay there no matter how many civilizations come and go, no matter how many mountains are destroyed and get back into the sea, and how many new mountains from the sea arises, how the landscape changes, how the planets changes. At least for one creation, Akasha is the element which is not destroyed. It only gets destroyed. But when you look at in terms of overall, like whether if there is no creation ever at all, and there's a gap between the next creation and then is Akasha there? No, it's not. So Akasha is eternal from the point of view that till the time this creation lasts, Akasha is going to be there. So this is one example, but you don't have to go that far away. All of you suffer, right? When body starts aging in one way or the other. You may suffer it mentally. Some people suffer the age mentally, psychologically, emotionally. Oh, I'm getting old. Oh, I'm getting wrinkles. Oh, this thing in my body is disfigured, or doesn't look as great as it used to look when I was 20, or any disease may happen due to the aging. Body organs may lose their strength. The ability to digest food goes down. The ability to do all kinds of physical things goes down. So in a lot of way, body ages. And so many people suffer it, not just physically, they suffer it mentally and emotionally. So why are you suffering? You knew body is not going to be eternal. Body will age. Then what is there to suffer? But no. As you lived your life, you thought it's going to be same, you always lived as if you are never going to have lack of energy, your memory is not going to be, where did I keep my glasses, where did I keep my car keys, and where did I left my phone in the house. It happens with people over 30 plus, 40 plus, right? It happens a lot. So your memory or your ability to stay present starts going down. The level of energy, pran shakti starts going down. Right? Earlier you may be able to do a whole lot of work in the house. Now you are not. And not because you did anything wrong. No matter how much healthy you are eating or how much exercise you are doing, still, body will go down. Body will age. Body will go down. But a lot of people suffer it. This exact reason for that suffering is, for the body related things, the exact reason is that they has this opposite kind of wisdom, right? Or in other words, you can say they had avidya within that said, as if everything is going to stay forever and it's going to stay the same. Right? This same thing also happens when it comes to relationships. Right? Any Atma who has ever taken a physical body in this lifetime is going to go away. For some, that lifetime is very, very short. So many newborn babies are just after birth, just in few months they are dead. Right? They pass away. Some people are able to live and still live, and some people pass away in their 20s. They are teenagers, right? Some people pass away in their 25, 30s. So in 30s people pass away. Some people pass away in their 40s. Some live till 50, 60, 70, and then they pass away. So no matter what that time limit is, you will suffer. You created attachments with any soul, any Atma, any other human being. You created that attachment thinking it is going to last forever. So many parents will suffer when their child goes to college, he or she grows up, goes to college, or they get busy in their lives and they are not taking care, or they are not paying that much attention and this and that. So parents will suffer. What did you thought? Why suffer? Why there is suffering? Because any relationship is not the same the way it was when it started. And it could be even the relationship of a lover or a spouse or husband or wife or life partner, or maybe a friendship or anything, or professional relationship. No relationship is going to last forever. There is no such thing as forever. When it comes to anything in this entire universe, there is no such thing as forever. But people suffer. For months and years, people are not able to let go. Why? Why are they hanging on to it? Because the avidya behind it, the ignorance behind that attachment, the opposite kind of wisdom behind that attachment is mistaking impermanence with permanence, mistaking impermanence with eternal. They thought it's going to last forever. And a lot of time people's desires are not fulfilled. And what did you thought? That no matter what desire you have, it is going to fulfill. Were you born with that kind of a guarantee card or warranty card? No. Right? You were not born with that kind of guarantee card or warranty card that says whatever desires you have, they are going to be fulfilled. And then you come up with all kinds of law of attraction and law of this, and then you wonder, why is it not working in my case? Right? It works in the case of so many people. They found their life partner, they found their soulmate, twin flame, whatever. And here, I love this one person, and they just never, he or she just never returns that love back, or they are not loving me back, or they are not coming to my life, and I'm not able to. So you see, what is working behind? Mistaking anything that all your desires will get fulfilled, and everything that no matter how how silly it may be, or you may see that there is nothing wrong with my desire, why is it not getting fulfilled? Again, the same thing. You didn't come with such kind of a guarantee card or warranty card that all your desires will be fulfilled. But in your mind, when you are creating any kind of attachment, it may be the attachment. Some people have attachment to their clothes as well. I'll never throw, this is my favorite t-shirt. I'll never throw, this is my favorite blanket. I will never throw, this is my favorite shoes. I'll always keep them. This is something my grandma gave me, so something that I'll always keep. See, having an attachment with things. And then some people get so much attached with the places. Oh, this is my house. I have always lived here since childhood. I'm not getting rid of this house. No matter whatever is happening, the house may be coming down, falling down, or It may not be so viable for your children to take care of you because the house is in such a condition, or they want you to live with them, or go to some other safe place, nice place, or whatever the reason is. But some people are not ready to get rid of their house. They don't want to get out of their house, and no matter how much suffering it becomes, but they are so attached to that house. So every time an attachment is created in the first place, again the same thing. Even when desires are not being fulfilled, that means you are so attached to something. It could be a person, it could be a relationship, it could be a thing, some physical material thing, or it could be, anything, any place or anything, any house, car, mobile phone, whatever it is. Some people feel so bad, they suffer if somebody hit their car, as if their body was hit. It's okay, you go and get it reported or do whatever, but what is there to suffer? Oh, my car now has a scratch. Well, how many scratches are you getting because of your car on your soul? How many scratches are you getting in your chitta, in your plane of dimension of your uh, mental, emotional, behavioral patterns of your vrittis? So how many scratches are you getting there because you got one scratch on your car? Or you just are not able to get all your attachments become, people also respond the same way, and they feel so attached to you. So all your attachments are not, you are not being able to survive your attachments, then also it becomes a lot of pain. And how many scratches and attachments, and you create, how many impressions you are creating continuously on your chitta, because you are practicing your attachment, you are living your attachment every day, every moment basis. Everybody's parents will someday go away, but no, some people suffer when their parents are gone. Some people suffer for a long time, and they suffer, keep on suffering, and they do not want to fix it. It's one thing to suffer, but moving forward in life means that you are suffering. It's fine, you lost your loved ones and you are suffering, but at the very same time, you want to have a bigger understanding of life. You want to get out of this avidya, which says that everything which you had, like, everything is permanent, everything is eternal, nothing ever you will lose, neither your body, nor your relationships, nor this house or car, or, nor your things that you have gathered, material things that you have gathered in life. So how many times people suffer? That suffering shows that there is avidya. If that avidya is removed, then your time to suffer will be minimized seriously. You may suffer for like an hour, 2 hour, a day, 2 day, but very soon the wisdom will kick off from within that will say, okay, everybody who is born going to die someday, or that my attachment is wrong, I cannot have this. Or even if I have this or that person in my life, or this thing or that thing in my life, for how long is it going to last? It's not. And my joy is not connected to all those things. Right? So mistaking impermanence with that which is permanent or eternal. This is the first category of ignorance that people have. And they are living this ignorance day and night, day and night. And due to attachments, when you are attached to something and you have that, then comes fear of losing. Right? You fear, what if I lose this person? So you try to manipulate all the other people because you do not want to lose this person. Or you may try to be manipulative, or some fear driven behavior will be there always. You'll go into suspicions of, and it's not just the person, it could be a job, it could be a business deal, it could be anything, right? Thinking that the whole world belongs to you and nothing you will lose ever. That's a kind of avidya. So this is the first category. Second category of category of avidya is mistaking impurity with purity. That is the second. Now, purity, we refer to something that is towards moksha, that helps you. The pure understanding, pure wisdom will help you get rid of all your patterns and walk your journey towards ultimate liberation, towards, Sat Chit Ananda, towards peace, towards bliss, towards love, towards Shanti, towards whatever, towards truth. So all that will happen. And anything that you, if your wisdom or your understanding is impure, then you'll move more towards bondage, this bondage, that bondage, and you'll go on and on and on into the bondage. So what is impure in life? What all is impure? First thing to start with is this body. Now, purity, impurity does not mean you create likes, dislikes, another pattern, or you create aversion with the body. Body is a tool. Body is a tool for you, given to you. It's a vehicle given to you so that you can experience life. You can know the greater wisdom. You can actually attain ultimate liberation, peace, bliss, and love. It's given to you for that. And this body excretes, this body secretes so many things that you may not want to smell or touch or eat, or you just want to get away from it. So thinking of this body, so many people have so much attachment with the body, this perfume, that perfume, and it's not wrong to take care of your body. So don't go to that extent that, okay, just leave that body, it's dirty anyways, why clean it? No, not like that. But getting attached to all the time looking into the mirror, how nice I am, how good looking I am, how much better body I have, I am so beautiful, and this and that, and all the time the efforts are into beautifying yourself. Your self-worth comes from how you look, not from how much intellect you have got or how much pure your intellect is. So your self-worth is not coming from that. Your self-worth is coming from how you look. All the time buying this clothes, that shoes, this thing, that thing, and all the time busy into beautifying your body and taking care of you, working on your body, what to eat, what not to eat, what to put on your face as a cream or lotion or anti-aging cream or this cream or that thing, all the time thinking about body. Body is one impure thing. It will secrete, it will get dirty. Clean it in a timely manner. Clean it every day. That's your job, maintaining the vehicle that you have got. But being obsessed with body, that should not be there. Because again, you are mistaking that which is impure as something very pure, pristine, divine. No, it's not. Okay, this is one example. And another example, go further in the body. So many people are so obsessed with their genitals, their private parts. So many people are so obsessed. They should be of this size and this shape and should be looking like this. I need to do to make them better, or look for this size enhancement or that size enhancement. It goes the same thing with females as well. They might think about their body parts as being less and not enough appealing, sexually appealing, and so a whole lot of effort goes there. Come on, it's the dirtiest thing. Don't be obsessed. No need to be obsessed with your body parts. Whether they are your hands, your muscles, or your private body parts, really does not matter. Again, but in the mind, the opposite kind of wisdom says, oh, these are something of, something so pure, so pristine, so divine. It's not wrong to take care of your body parts and keep yourself clean and nice. But whichever way they are, whichever shape, size they are, it's fine. That is your body. So just don't, but you think of body, people think of body as something that their, partner should become addicted to, or partner should become so much attached to that they do not think about. So you are thinking of your body parts as other person's center of attention or center of attachment. So your mind is always there. A whole lot of people do all this kind of thing. So again, mistaking that which is impure as pure. Okay. And so many, poems are written, so many poetry happens, that somebody's eyes was like this, somebody's lips are like this, ears are like this, and so many poetry goes on the body itself. Well, think if the opposite kind of a poetry somebody writes, that eyes will have dirt in them, or somebody's nose may look like very beautiful, but nose really produces something very dirty, that you do not want to touch, or do something somebody else to touch and do it. And same thing is with all your body parts, there is a secretion going on all the time. But no, seeing beauty and purity into something that is not, that's called blinding yourself. So all this avidya, opposite kind of wisdom, in other way, you are blinded. You are not seeing something for real the way it is. You are seeing it with some rose-colored glasses. And you have that those rose-colored glasses are called as avidya. Nothing but those glasses are made up of ignorance or avidya, right? And it is going to create so many patterns into you. It will give rise to so many patterns. It will give rise to strong patterns that reside in Mooladhara chakra or root chakra, and they reside in the sacral chakra, Swadhisthana chakra. So these two chakras are going to have very strong patterns if you are attracted or attached to your body all the time, okay, in one way or the other. And not just your body, the body of your life partner, your lover, your spouse, or whatever, anybody's body. And if your way of thinking about people is because of their body, then again, it means you are attached to your own body so much. That's the reason a very strong judgment comes to you for the people based on their color of skin, based on the way their eyes are, or based on their how they look. I mean, they might be short or tall or this or that. It's not wrong to see that a person is short or a person is tall. But liking or disliking a person because of how they look, that is avidya. Complete avidya. Complete ignorance. Mistaking that which is impure with the purity. Why in your intellect, your power of discrimination is discriminating on something that is impure already. That creates very strong patterns in these two things, mistaking permanence with impermanence and mistaking impurity with purity creates lots of attachment, raga, aversions, dvesha, and abhinivesha, fear. Fear and resistance to change. All that is created. And Mooladhara, root chakra, first three chakras, root chakra, and sacral chakra, and fire, solar plexus chakra. All these chakras will have blockages because of these two categories of wisdom. Okay. And next thing is, another in this whole thing, in this second category, mistaking, another thing in this same category, when we say about mistaking impure with the pure. So another thing is what you eat. A lot of people will think alcohol, taking alcohol is fine. Again, they are mistaking it. And when people are drinking alcohol, it really feels like as if they are drinking the divine nectar. Right? It feels like as if it's the best thing to drink in the life. And water is such a thing. Oh, they offered me just water. They didn't offer me, alcohol or some wine or something like that. They offered me just water, or even tea in comparison. Right? Always know that if you are offered a water in somebody's house, that is the best thing that you can ever have. And anything other than that, tea is fine, coffee is fine. But in comparison to water, no, it's not fine, right? Water will increase your pranic shakti, the vital force in your body. Tea and coffee are going to lower down that pranic shakti. Alcohol is going to crash that pranic shakti. Seriously crash that pranic shakti. Okay, but when people are being offered all these things and they think so nice of those people who offered them tea or coffee or alcohol, they are thought as, oh, they are the host, they are very good host, because they offered me alcohol, they always offer me drink, they always offer me tea, coffee, and so many other things. But and they may think of other people, those who are offering them, when they go to somebody's house, they offer them just the water, clean, nice, pure water. Then they will think that the judgment will come out. Oh, they just offered me water, what else? They didn't even ask me if I can have tea, if I want to have tea or coffee or alcohol or whatever. So you see how the judgment comes from mistaking that which is so pure, water, mistaking the impurity of alcohol and all that with the purity again. Same thing is with eating. Somebody may offer you very nice vegetarian food, you know, home cooked nice vegetarian food. But so many people will feel bad about, oh, they didn't offer me chicken or fish or some kind of a kebabs or some non-vegetarian food. They didn't offer me that, and they always give me just the vegetarian food. Again, you're mistaking purity with impurity, mistaking impurity with purity, right? And you will think of such people as very low grade people and not very good host, because they didn't offer that thing, this thing, that, and all that. So that is in your mind, again you are mistaking that. It's not the wisdom of life to good vegetarian food will increase your pranic shakti, right? You increase the prana in you. But if you somebody offers you a whole lot of non-veg varieties in their house, oh, you are going to have a bad crash in next 2 days. And that non-veg is not going to get out of your intestine for next 15 days. So damn difficult for our intestine to handle that. But you're eating it once or twice or sometimes, it's fine. That is not a problem at all. But you see how the judgment in the society comes from, in the form of what you are being offered in somebody's house or what the host is giving you. Again, the same thing, mistaking pap as punya, same category, that mistaking impurity with purity. So doing all kinds of wrong things is considered as, so what, I took bribe from somebody, but see, I did charity. Well, doing charity from the money that you received in bribe is going to help you karmically? No, it's not going to help you. I'm very helpful to everybody, but wherever I go, I just talk and, do kind of backbiting and always talk bad things about this person, that person, this place, that place, this food, that food, this person's clothes, that person's jewelry, and this and that, and so many different things. So mistaking that which is pap, wrong, from the point of view of the life that you are, from the point of view of the Atma that you are, mistaking all that with something as punya. See, I did good. And so many people help others because either they are returning the favor or they expect that the person should return the favor in future. After all, I helped them in this way, so now that they should help me in that way. So this is again very wrong thing to do, very wrong thing to, it's a very wrong kind of a wisdom that they are working in the back behind. Right? So always trying to take that which you have given or something else that you have given. So if you have given, you need to take it back. Oh, once I went there for you, now you should go that to that place for me. Or once I did this for you, now you return the favor in some other ways to me. So considering, and there could be thousands and tens and thousands of examples for these kind of things. You need to just think thoroughly. What kind of thoughts? You can examine your thoughts, you can introspect yourself, and you can look into your actions, your speech every day, and you can see what was the avidya behind every thought, behind every speech, behind every action. What is the avidya that is working in continuous manner? And until you remove that, you cannot successfully remove a pattern. You may get rid of one attachment today, but you will create some other attachment tomorrow. You may get rid of one fear today, tomorrow you stand a very good chance to have so many other fears created in your life. You may take care of one like and dislike, then you will create thousands of others. You may take care of one kind of aversion from one person, or aversion from one thing or one place or anything like that, or one situation, but very soon you will create aversions in all the other directions. So this game is not going to get over until the ignorance behind it is understood and realized. And it's not so simple. No matter how much anybody tells you that your attachment is wrong, or your suffering is useless, and you're just crying for no reason, and this and that, and you need to get rid of, you need to let go, you need to move on. No matter how much anybody tells you that, it's very difficult. And no matter how much you mentally understand that, yes, I need to get rid of my attachments, I need to get rid of my fears, no matter how much you understand these things, until your suffering reaches the level where it becomes a matter of life and death in that moment itself, either you will realize the wisdom and you will say, no more. No more, I stop from this moment. I stop this suffering from this moment. I will suffer my attachments, my fears no more. I'll have this fear no more. I'll have this aversion no more, because I understand and I realize that I was wrong. I was wrong. I had wrong wisdom of life working in me. And the correct thing is, nothing is permanent. So next time when you get into a relationship and you start liking something, immediately you will understand that, okay, I can enjoy for what it is in this very moment, but I will not cry if it is not there tomorrow. So realization of that wisdom may take you few months, may take you few years, or may take some people this lifetime. And some people, the many more lifetimes to realize this wisdom. It's one thing to mentally understand something. It's completely another thing to embody that wisdom and live by it every moment, which is what is called as really living from the anatta, that you do not create any pattern anymore. You stop creating pattern. So when you see for 2 years, 3 years, when you had the realization of the wisdom, and you see that for about a year or 2 years, you did not create any, your wisdom was changed from the background, the ignorance was gone, the darkness was gone, so there's light. And in light, nobody creates misery for themselves. Nobody creates suffering for themselves. Okay? So then we can say for next 2 years, 3 years, when you do not create more fears, more attachments, that you can be very sure that, yes, I'm beyond all that now. I see other people as they are and try not to judge them in my head. There's no courthouse going on in my head. And when I love somebody, I know that it's not, either I am not going to last forever, or the relationship or that other person is not going to last forever. Everything will go away someday. And it could be tomorrow. It could be the right next hour. And I will not suffer that. So I am loving others, but from the wisdom that nothing lasts forever. There is no such thing as forever. So it's not wrong. It's not that people, those who start living from the wisdom, they do not love others, they do not have compassion for others, or they do not take care of their body, or they do not take care of the house or car or anything that they have got. They do it, but they know one thing. Always the wisdom in the background is working that, and nothing will last forever. But while it is lasting, I am taking care. While it is lasting, I love this person. While I have this relationship, I enjoy it completely, as if this is the last moment. So see how much presence of mind happens in your relationships, in your job, in your life, and every moment becomes as if it is the last moment. So you live from your full potential. So it becomes very beautiful. And no patterns are created. If tomorrow that relationship is gone, so be it. You'll cry for a day, for a few hours, for a couple of days, but then it's over in your mind. You do not hold on to anything that is gone. You do not hold on to yesterday. You do not hold on to any relationship, any person, or anything in your life. That doesn't mean you do not have sensitivity to even feel the absence. You will feel the absence. But suffering your attachment and feeling the absence are two very different things. Until you go beyond this, until you have realization of this wisdom, it's very hard to understand this one very sentence, that feeling the absence of somebody versus suffering your attachment are two very different things. Next thing is mistaking suffering with happiness. Oh, everybody will understand this, right? Mistaking suffering with happiness. No matter how bad or ugly a relationship becomes, so many people just do not get out of it. Why? They think this is the happiness that I deserve and this is the happiness for me. Same thing is with eating and drinking. They think they are choosing suffering by eating wrong things, by drinking wrong things. That which is not going to give your body a vitality, but it is considered as, oh, I feel very happy when I eat this chocolate cake. I feel very happy when I drink that kind of a wine from that particular winery. Really? You're choosing suffering, but you're mistaking it with happiness. You're playing in your mind. The other person doesn't love you, but one-sided love goes on and on and on and on. And you keep on thinking, oh, I felt so happy. I dreamt about this. I felt so happy. That person just called me. I felt so happy after messaging this person or calling or talking to this person. Well, you are living your attachment, then you are choosing misery. You are choosing suffering, but you are mistaking it with happiness. Again, you can think of, hundreds and thousands of examples of this, and you will see people living those examples around you all the time, mistaking, choosing suffering and thinking of it as happiness. Same thing, last thing, and the last one is very, 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 very most important one, and that is mistaking the asmita as I am, as me, as I, as the real you. Mistaking asmita. Asmita means whole lot of identities. Mistaking all your identities as real you, and all the time staying in your head thinking that I am the boss, or I am the manager, or that I am the father, I am the mother, and I am the brother, I am the son or daughter, and I am this and I am that, and I am a woman and I am a man, and I am American man or woman, or I am Australian man or woman, and I am Asian man or woman. So any identity that you may have, thinking that as real you, and trying to maintain that identity, that social image, and always worrying about if that working and all your efforts are, oh, my image as a wife, my image as a husband, my image as a father, my image as a mother should not be tarnished in any way, should not be tainted in any way. Really, all the time working to maintain those identities because you think of them as real you. And if somebody says your son or your daughter, teenage son or daughter, starts breaking your ego left and right, and suddenly your identities are feeling very bad about being a father, being mother. You suffer a lot my son doesn't talk to me this way and that way, he doesn't love me, my daughter doesn't do this and that, and no matter what I say, and I feel very bad, and lecturing them is a really this thing, and I don't care if they destroy their life, I don't love them anymore, they don't love me anymore. All those kind of things start coming to mind because that identity got hurt. You got hurt through that identity. Somebody broke that identity in you, and you start going all haywire. So much of hue and cry on the name of identities being broken. Somebody didn't treat you like a woman, your identity is broken. Somebody didn't treat you like a man, and your identity is broken. And so much of hue and cry and you suffer. Whatever happens to these identities, you suffer that. Why are you suffering when an identity is being broken in you? Because you have mistaken Asmita with I. You create so many, this identity in you creates desires. Those desires, whether they are fulfilled or not, they become attachments, expectations, and then fears are generated. So all this kind of avidya, all these 4 categories of ignorance or avidya will create strong psychological patterns or vrittis in your first 4 chakras. This ignorance is what pollutes all these 4 chakras. And realizing this wisdom is what takes people lifetimes. Realizing this wisdom is one thing to know something mentally, but I'm talking about embodying that wisdom, living through your thought, through your speech, through your actions, living that wisdom on everyday basis. That is called as realization of this wisdom. That was what the entire spiritual journey is about, so that someday you come to these realizations. And in the end, the last one, when you realize that these identities are not me, so that is the last thing. That is when self-realization will happen. Enlightenment will happen. So that real self is realized after you had all these 4 different realization, and they become part of your 24/7 moment to moment life. No thought in your mind is generated which is carrying any of these 4 avidyas, 4 categories of avidyas, 4 types of ignorance. No thought is there. No emotion comes in you. No emotional turbulence happens to you in your mind, in your body, in your existence because of all this. No pranic shakti goes down because of these ignorances. Nothing you speak or say that has these ignorance as a seed behind. None of your actions are like that, which are generated. Your actions may highly look opposite, but they are not propelled by any of these 4 categories of avidya. That is when there is no way you can create anything new in you, any new pattern in you, any new vritti in you, ever. And that is when you spiritually ascend really fast. And your ability to stop, your ability to create new vrittis, new patterns, when that comes down to 0, and you dealt with all the existing patterns and you are not creating the new ones, that is when you start having, when you reach that stage and you sustain that stage for years, that is when samadhis start happening to you. And that is when Kundalini starts rising. Kundalini never ever rises till the time these seeds of ignorance, these seeds of avidya are lying there in you. However dormant they may be, but if they are lying within you, Kundalini is not going to rise. So the first thing that comes up is bring out whatever is there in each and every chakra. Okay, bring out the patterns that you have stored in all your chakras, first 4 chakras. Bring out all those patterns, deal with them. If you want to cry, cry. If you want to suffer, suffer. But let go, move on through understanding, through having the correct wisdom, realizing the correct wisdom, and then purify all your chakras, first 4 chakras. So we are doing this Kundalini intensive program, and we are calling it intensive because a whole lot of people's patterns will come out, okay, through these Kundalini Kriyas. And when you are stable and you do not create new patterns, Kundalini will rise by itself. But because you are doing it with me and through this program, people are going to do it with me. So they'll be guided, their energy will be channeled properly, and they will be guided at each and every step. And even after the program is over, we do provide support. I'm always there to answer questions, or if something crazy comes out and you do not know how to deal with it. And if there are memories like that, if there are patterns like that, then it's a whole supported, very well supported kind of a program. So, and we are doing this Kundalini intensive every month. So just the dates and times are different to accommodate the people from different countries. You can do it, you can join it if you really are ready to bring your patterns out. If you are ready to let go of all that is not you. If you're ready to get rid of the garbage that you have collected within in the form of psychological patterns in all the 4 or 5 chakras. Okay. Namaste. Jai Shiva. Namaste. Jai Shiva. Initiations are a really powerful way to start the flow of energy within you and start the flow of Shakti within you, a powerful Shakti within you. And initiations help you awaken all the different centers, energy centers and chakras in your body, so you can start on your spiritual journey. Or if you are stuck and stagnant since last 1 year or 2 years, you have not taken any initiation, then I would highly recommend that take a powerful, Shaktiful initiation from a Samadhi Guru. If you have a Guru, you can reach out to them. Otherwise, we are providing initiations for a limited time. The price for the initiation has been lowered down significantly, and you can avail that opportunity and you can get an initiation. And after the initiation, you also get a mantra to practice along with it, or a Kriya to practice. Depending upon what level you are given in a spiritual practice. So initiations are not something that we are doing in a mass. Initiations is something very much personal and individual to the person who is receiving the initiation. And after initiation also it's not like, you take an initiation and then you are gone. If you ever have questions or something comes up and you would like to discuss, we always accommodate those requests and support. So after the initiation, the support is provided, so you can walk your spiritual journey and you stay on course, you stay on path, and you do not get stuck anywhere. So get initiated by a guru and advance your spiritual journey, improve the level of consciousness that you are, remove the vrittis or patterns from different chakras, and awaken each and every chakra and become a beautiful being, just the being that you are. Namaste. Jai Shiva.